Hello everyone! Welcome to a fountain pen video with me, Aziza, aka Gourmet Pens. I need some water, hang on. Got my fan going in the air conditioning and I've done a whole bunch of videos so my throat's a bit raw. I'm probably gonna get a lozenge soon. However, yes, I'm Aziza, Gourmet Pens. If you have seen multiple videos wearing the same shirt, it's because I am literally wearing the same shirt as all the other videos. I just had 2 cookies for some energy. I've had a giant cup of coffee and a giant cup of tea. And, yeah, I got a lot of energy to burn today. So, let's get cracking. The pen I'm going to share with you today is new. It's very interesting, and it might be a mean review. So, not mean. It's going to be interesting. So, the pen is on loan from Appelboom Pennen. Thank you so much, Appelboom, for loaning me this pen because I was really curious about it. I wasn't really willing to purchase one for a review because it's not really, it didn't really appeal to me. And but I have received a lot of review requests for it. So I'm excited to be able to show you this review. Hopefully I don't crush your hopes and dreams and make you cry. It could happen. And if you want one for yourself, you can use the discount code FRIEND at Appelboom for 10% off. Don't get a commission. It's just a sweet deal for you, etc. Excludes Mont Blanc, all those things. Now, let's show the packaging, and I'll show you one of the accessories that it came with, and then we're going to talk about pricing and how I feel about it. I love the packaging. I love yellow. It's like a warm marigold orange, very classy, simple packaging, little ribbon. The pen sits on this bed, and so it just sits on this like cardboard bed. On the lid, you get a usage guide and a guarantee. So it shows you how to fill it, and it's got your guarantee on the back, and it's got the usage guidance for best care. Use soft cloths to clean your pen when necessary. We recommend emptying your pen of ink and cleansing your nib in pure water for storage. It also comes with this tiny, adorable notebook. This tiny, adorable notebook is... writing with ink and pen is much more than just writing. It gives body and color to our thoughts. Interesting. So it tells you about the history of Jacques Herbin, established in Paris in 1670 when King Louis the X1V, wait, that is the 14th? What, X? Yeah. Was 32 years old. The Maison Herbin initially specialized in the sealing wax, fine stationery, and ink trade, and imported shellac from India. In 1798, the Maison changed tack and put its faith in the future. Whilst continuing to produce wax and engage in the paper and color/pigments trade, it launched production of its own writing ink on the initiative of Jacques Herbin, member of the 4th generation. Over the years, voyages, and successive buyouts, the product range expanded, innovations were introduced, and trademarks registered. During this period, additions included encre violette, violet ink used in schools of the French Third Republic, perle d'encre, pearl of inks, and encre de voyageur, travelers' inks. These developments resulted in the Maison winning numerous awards in the days of the great industry exhibitions in London and Paris. I actually didn't know all of these details. Then and now, the adventure of one of the oldest ink makers in the world began over 300 years ago. A subsidiary of the Exocomte Clairefontaine Group since 2003, the Maison Herbin now expands its offer with the exclusive Jacques Herbin collection, a complete universe of inks, writing instruments, stationery, and small leather goods for amateurs and connoisseurs of the lettering arts, calligraphy, and graphic arts. Herbin's aim has remained constant, to give body and color to our thoughts. So, we got the inks. The new lineup of inks include, I don't have them, I've never used them, with their sober and elegant sheen, the Jacques Herbin inks echo the nuances of watercolor colors without excess or artifice. They are perfect partners for artists and travelers, amateurs, and connoisseurs of the lettering arts and the graphic arts. So there's a whole bunch, there's actually 10 new ones. Orange Soleil, Terre d'Ombre, just giving you an example, okay? So these are new inks, I haven't tried them yet. There's perfumed inks, and there are shimmer inks, and so we have the new pens. The writing instruments in the Jacques Herbin collection meet the performance, comfort, and style demands of today's users, featuring an ergonomic and streamlined design, choice materials and quality nibs. These high precision instruments are unique. The collection offers a complete range of fountain pens and roller balls, as well as traditional instruments like glass pens and wood nib holders. So the rest of the notebook shows you what they are producing in this line. So there's that. It came with this little cloth bag, which I think is really cute, and I actually like that. Like, I like the simplicity of the pouch and stuff. I like the packaging. I like how simple it is. Now, Applebaum also sent me this, which is a small leather amber pen pouch. Very cute. It matches. It is part of the new Jacques Herbin collection. And inside, you've got 2 pen slots. So here I have the original Jacques Herbin, just like the regular fountain pen. And this one fits in here. So you could fit both. And then there's like space for either ink cartridges or business cards, whatever you want. And then it wraps up and you've got this tiny little pouch. All is very beautiful so far, right? Like, we're liking how this looks. I think the pouch is really cute. Not sure about the function of these 2 pockets. Like, they're very slim, so like I don't know if I would really use them. But it is leather. It is slim, supple, very light. But let's talk about this pen. This is called the Jacques Herbin Sloop. Interesting name. In amber with gold trim, or Sloop. Like, if it's French, like I don't recognize that word as French, but I don't know. I'm not a native speaker, so the pen. Here's the joy, okay? This pen has a steel nib, fine medium. It's $240 US. It's got a plastic feed, standard international cartridge converter. It does come with a converter, does not come with cartridges. Jacques Herbin designed this line of high-quality resin writing instruments in order to offer users very light and handy instruments, as are the sloops for navigation. Okay, I guess that makes sense because they were explorers. The pouch that I showed you is called the small leather amber pen pouch, and in this case, it is the double pouch. Price, $114 US. Full grain calfskin, designed and controlled with utmost care, space for 2 writing instruments and 2 slots for cards or packs of ink cartridges. So my first complaint is that I think these are fairly pricey. Now, a while ago I reviewed the Jacques Herbin, the TUMBLR, which is an eyedropper, which was like a whopping $100+ for an eyedropper with a steel nib. It looked really cute and it had a super cute nib, but I was like, that's pretty pricey. Now, the pouch is a very cute add-on, but it does not feel like particularly expensive or anything. Like, it's very light. Doesn't really smell like leather. It's got the Jacques Herbin logo here. Like, it's cute, but I'm like, I don't know if this is like $115 US cute. And the pen. Okay, we gotta get looking at this pen. Okay, yellow, very cute color. Gold colored metal trim. It is not a heavy pen, definitely cap heavy. Nothing on the finial. The top of the cap says Jacques Herbin, Paris 1670. Snappy clip, but it's tight. It's like when I do this, like it's holding on by like a little metal flange there. It doesn't really feel that great. Center band is unmarked, doesn't say anything on it. This is rough, and it's not a big deal, it's just like nitpicky, but it doesn't feel that great. It's kind of snug in some places and loose in others. We uncap it, and the section, like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it looks okay, right? We're going to look at it in more detail on the page, but just showing you. In hand, it's a decent size. No issues with it there. It can post, but it's top heavy and then uncomfortable length for me. The nib is super cute. It is a fine, it's got the engraving on it, the Jacques Herbin with the little ship logo. Really cute. I'll show you that in more detail. Converter in here. So, yeah, I think my issue is that I'm like, this is just too expensive for what it is. It's not amazingly made. Like, the center band here and the material, it's like an uneven gap. I'll show you again when we're down on the page. And the writing experience was fine, but like, it's just a steel nib. cartridge converter, $240, right? So, I mean, you can get gold nibs for this price. You can get pens that feel better for this price. So, I am sorry if this is your favorite pen and you have purchased it and you're heartbroken about what I'm saying. That's okay. Like, I have lots of pens that people are like, you're crazy for buying that. And I'm like, I know. So, don't feel bad. It's just that this is not the pen for me. I love the color. I like the look of it. I like what they're going for, but I think they fell short with the pricing strategy and just the build quality. So, I gotta say, thank you to Applebaum because he lends me pens to review whether I like them or not, whether I'm brutal with them or not, and he never ever hesitates to lend me another pen to review. So, thumbs up because that is a company worth their salt if they let me destroy their pen and still are willing to lend me more to review. Yay! So let's do some writing because that's, of course, very important in the components, the fountain pen, and thank you for watching so far. I will see you in a minute. Bye! Hey friends! Welcome to the writing portion of this video. Well, it's not just writing, it's like writing and looking. So just wanted to show you the that little wrap because it is pretty cute. It's a cute wrap, but you can see it's pretty shiny. So and like it's really thin on the edges. Wait, let me just unlock this. Thin on the edges. So I actually thought it was pleather until I looked it up and found on the website, like the description says that it's actually calfskin. So, I mean, it is soft, so I guess that makes sense, but it doesn't really smell particularly leathery. It's a very polished finish, nothing really pebbled or anything like that. So let me open it up. So there you go. The pens. Sorry, this is really hard to do, apparently, with one hand. You know what? This is not, I'm not left-handed, so this is more difficult than I expected. So you got a smaller pen and a larger pen. This one, it's a bit snug, but, like, what is the point of this? I don't understand. So I don't really understand the design of this. This is supposed to hold business cards. If you put cartridges in here, it's too bulky. So I don't get it. If you're just carrying two pens, sure. The flap is pretty useless, but it's cute. Like, it's cute because it's really slim. So if you just want to carry two pens and some business cards, great. It works for that. But I think it's just too expensive for what it is. However, that's not the issue here. Let's talk about this pen. I showed it to you next to the other Herbin pen. It's larger, it's thicker, but I have some issues with it. So, like, I like the glossy look to it. I like the satiny finish of the clip and all that. It's a very tidy look, but if we're looking at details, like, this is what I was talking about here. It's like uneven, or there's just gaps in places, and I think it's from the lacquering job. It just doesn't, maybe it's not thick enough in some spots because it looks like it reaches all the way, but it also looks like there's a gap. And there's the same issue on this end. So I'm just being really picky because, I don't know, I'm just not in love with the pen. So I'm like, these are the things I don't like. This is rough. I mean, in a way it's good because it's not going to uncap itself, but it's not so good because it's not that great to open. At the threads here, again, it looks incomplete. The nib is really cool. I will give it that. It's got a neat engraving. It writes really well. It's a larger nib. The converter is unbranded. That's fine. But for this whole new lineup, like, they've rebranded, they're relaunching, I feel like they should do it completely. So, I mean, like, the converter should be rebranded. Purely for the overall feeling of their relaunch, right? Now, let's do some writing. As I said, it does write really well. Okay, so okay, so this is the Sloop in amber with gold trim. There are other colors. The nib is a fine steel. What I will say is this nib has a lot of feedback. It's fairly dry, but it does work. No skips. I'm applying pressure. You can squeeze out line variation. No hard starts. The ink is... Oh, I didn't spell that right. And the reason is because I'm looking through the camera and there's a little bit of a lag and it's annoying. Or I just can't spell. Diamine Honeyburst. So you can see I'm applying pressure. Here it runs a bit dry, but actually that is really decent. It keeps up pretty well. So that is something really awesome going for it. You can use it for reverse writing, and it is a bit dry, but it does pass the free weight test. So yeah, like, I'm not completely in love with it, but the nib performs really well, and the fact that it can hold up to that with pressure and going pretty fast is pretty impressive. So thank you to Applebaum for loaning me this pen. You can use the discount code FRIEND for 10% off your purchase there. No commission, just sharing with you. And that excludes Mont Blanc, unfortunately. I am Gourmet Pens on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and Patreon. And I'm also Toronto Pen Company, should you need any nib grinds or lettering tools, etc. So you can find me online out there in the world. Wait, let me see if I can cap this without messing it up. Looking through the camera is, again, difficult. So there we go. That's my thoughts on the pen. It feels good. Like, it looks nice. The nib is actually really decent, but I just think it's overpriced for what it is. That's all there is to it. Like, I don't really, like, there's nothing really wrong with it. It wrote, and that's actually more than you can say for pens that cost 2 to 3 times this amount. So at least there's that. It's just not the pen for me. That's all. But I hope you found this useful. If you did, I would love it if you would like and subscribe. And as I said, you could find me online. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.